My brothers and sisters, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna explain why you don't need Trident in your extra deck of Tenpai Dragon. So let's move on. In the standard combo of Tenpai Dragon, you have access only to one pop using Baidora. I was able to analyze all the Tenpai Dragon combo using the Tenpai Dragon spreadsheet that was provided to me by one of my viewers. So I'm gonna leave in the description the Tenpai Dragon spreadsheet with the abbreviation of every single card in order to recognize which card we are talking about, the combos, and other combos with tips. Let's move on of why the Trident Dragon is not needed. So first of all, we already know the Tenpai combo in a vacuum, that we normal summon Baidora, we have access to the field spell, or we have access to the Kaimen, okay? Now, one plays around Ogre, the other one doesn't. If you add the field spell, then you get Ogre on Mano, and it's gonna be super bad. While if you add the Kaimen, you still get hit by Ash Blossom, so this doesn't play around Ash Blossom, but plays around Ogre. In the entire loop of every combo that you will be able to see, you have access to only one pop, and I will show you guys the combo that I'm talking about. This is a replay in a vacuum, in which you are gonna OTK with like no other cards on the board. And obviously, this is never gonna happen. We start with the Manor, Baidora, Fang and Kaimen. Kaimen to special summon Zongdora, attack directly. Attack, then we go Zongdora effect summon Fedora, then we attack with Fedora or whatever. Then we use Baidora effect in order to synchro summon into the Biden. Biden special summon back the Baidora from the graveyard. Attack directly with Baidora. And then we can use the Baidora effect in order to synchro into the 10. And then we can use the effect of Biden in order to special summon itself. And then we can use Fedora effect to summon back Baidora, attack directly again. Then we can use Baidora effect in order to synchro summon into Dragion and like send two cards to attack multiple times. Okay? Now this is the combo with Trident Dragion. And let me explain the flaws of this combo. What's the issue with this combo? First of all, those are combos that you're gonna see in a vacuum. Okay? And combos in a vacuum are usually bad. And in the entire process of this entire combo, which is basically the best execution you can get in order to maximize the damage, you only get one pop. And the one pop is made by the Sangen Super Dragon Transcend Dragion that summons itself back in order to pop a card on the board. What happens if your opponent has a body, for example, of 3k attack that you cannot really out by battle, because the rest of the bodies that are on the board, you will need to out them by battle, right? And that's why they summon the Dragion, and that's why they go for the Transcendent, in order to out like multiple cards by battle, and one with only one card effect. I went through all the possible lines of Tenpai Dragon, and the only thing that you get by summoning the Dragion is a one pop later. But what if I tell you guys that you can still OTK through prosperity, through multiple bodies, but gain the pop, the destruction of the card on the board, way before the Sangen Super Dragon Transcend Dragion gets summoned back? Because that's the choke point of the entire combo. That's the choke point of why people are doing this line. Like the combo that uses Baidora can only summon one Synchro 7, that's a generic Synchro 7, and then a Dragon Synchro 10. Because then you already went into the Sangen Rise and Biden Dragion. Okay? So the only thing that changes is the level 7 that you summon using the first Synchro Summon, which is super important. So I went through any Synchro 7 in the fucking game, and one card stood out that made everything possible, and the card is super cheap, and that's also the reason why you don't need the Trident Dragion that I'm talking about, my brothers and sisters. It's the Q-Belt, the Blade Dragon. Q-Belt is a generic Synchro 7 And it's also a dragon monster that when it gets summoned, it can pop a card on the board. And as I told you guys before, you only get one pop in the entire rotation of the Tenpai Dragon. Here is the thing. If my opponent has a huge body on the board, and I cannot pop in it before, what I need to do in order to accomplish the pop is to go for all the Zangdora, Baidora, and Fadora. Then I need to synchro summon to summon the Biden. The Biden summons back. Still enter in battle phase, right? Use this to summon back the Baidora. Use the Fadora to summon back Baidora. Use those two to summon back the Transcendent, and then summon back the Biden, and then use Fadora in order to summon Dragion. And then send. How much damage did I lose in the process to gain this pop of the Transcendent summoning itself back on the board and popping any monster that has more than 3000 defense? And I will tell you, I lost almost 8000 damage in the process of doing this. So what's the correct line you're gonna tell me? First of all, you are never gonna OTK through an empty board. And that is the first lesson that you guys will need to understand where you are playing this deck. Empty board combos are tricks. The choke point of when you play the deck and what's gonna cause you to OTK, no matter what the scenario, are decided by the level 7 that you're gonna special summon very early on in the combo. The level 7 that you are gonna talk about, Black Ruse Moonlight Dragon, in order to out a Flamberge on the board, because you don't wanna destroy it, you wanna spin it in your opponent hand. You wanna have a Meteor Burst against Yubel in order to play around the Yubel cards, or in order to play around Ash Blossom, because this card makes your opponent unable to use any card effect during the battle phase. And the third effect that we are going to talk about is going to be the Q-Belt, the Dragon Blade, because this card can pop any card on the board, which means there's going to be an early pop during your first line of the combos. And that's super important when we're going to talk about this combo. Okay? And then we have an early line into Rose Dragon, but everything about the early line into Rose Dragon is made during the main phase. So the Rose Dragon, it's only when you open Zangdora, in order to special summon a Black Rose, clear your opponent's board with the field spell in order to avoid any possible interaction from your opponent. But those are basically the choke point of when your combo is gonna help you through OTK through bodies. The first combo that I'm gonna show you about is the one that does not use the field spell, and you're gonna be under Prosperity. And that's super important. So, in order to play around Ghost Ogre, we are not gonna add the field spell in this specific scenario, because the field spell might make things worse into Ghost Ogre. And then I'm gonna show you also the combo with the field spell, because can out multiple bodies. So the minimum requirement for Baidora alone to be an OTK card is any monster with 1700 or less attack with less than 1700 defense, or any monster with 1500 attack and less than 1500 defense, plus any monster with any stats. Now, Baidora is gonna add Kaimen. During the battle phase, we can use the Kaimen and summon Zangdora. And then we are gonna attack with Zangdora. At the start of the damage step, we can special summon Fadora. The monster is not destroyed, but the token is destroyed. Then we can use those two. And also we attack with the Baidora, the other token, the other monster. And then we're gonna summon the Q-Belt, or can also be the Biden. Because doesn't really matter, you can summon the Q-Belt later. Then we can use Fadora effect. Now everything is gonna be direct, because the Q-Belt popped the other token. So there are no monsters on my opponent board. 1600, 1500, use Fadora in order to synchro, summon the Biden summons back the Tenpai Baidora, attack directly, and then use the Baidora effect, and you actually summon this pattern here, and then you summon back the Biden, attack directly with the Bident, attack directly with the Spatter, and as you can see, this is 16,000 damage. Why I made it 16,000 damage? It's exact math to OTK through Prosperity. Did you need the Trident right here? You did not need the Trident right here because the Trident pop would allow you to out any monster, but way later in the combo. And everything needs to resolve, which is not absolutely real.
Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world.
Let's proceed with the second scenario in which we actually do have the field spell. Now we are not playing around Ghost Ogre. We are playing against a 5 monster board. The 5 monster board, I'm gonna give you the stats actually, and I'm also gonna out it during the combos. So any monster with 1500 or less attack, with 1500 or less defense, 1600 or less attack, with with less than 1600 defense, 1700 or less attack and less than 1700 defense, 1900 or less attack with less than 1500 attack defense, and then any monster with any stats. This is a board full of monsters and full of stats that's super real in order to OTK through any possible scenario and board that your opponent has with just a Bidora without using the Trident. Like, this is, in my opinion, the way to explain you better why you don't need the Trident right here. So summon Bidora. The Bidora is going to add the Manor. And then you're going to use the Manor in order to add Zongdora. You're going to special summon the Zongdora. And then you're going to enter in battle phase. We out the first monster by using Zongdora effect and summon Fedora, because Fedora is going to make my Fire Dragon monster unable to be destroyed by battle. So I have a Bidora that makes me not take any damage from the battle involving my Fire Dragon monsters. And then I have a Zongdora that's going to attack and summon from the deck. And I already attacked. Then we crash, like we try to crash the Bidora that's not going to be destroyed by battle. And then we can use the Zongdora in order to synchro summon. And we're going to synchro summon again to Q-Belt. And Q-Belt effect is going to out the monster with any stats on the board. Then we're going to attack with Fedora. Use Fedora effect in order to special summon back Zongdora. Let's remember that my monster is not going to be destroyed by battle. Then I'm going to attack with Q-Belt the monster that has 1900 attack. So my opponent takes 300 damage because I'm under Prosperity right now. I'm going to attack directly with Zongdora. 750. Then I'm going to use the Zongdora in order to synchro summon. And I'm going to synchro summon into the Bident. Bident is going to special summon back the Bidora. Bidora is not going to attack directly for 850. I'm going to attack directly with the Bident Dragon for 1300. Then I'm going to use the effect of Bidora in order to synchro summon into the Dispater. And I'm going to attack directly with the Dispater after I pop it with the after I pop the Manor with the Bident, because Bident special summon itself back, pops a spell on trap that in this case is going to be the Manor trigger, making my Dispater 7000 attack. Attack directly with the Bident for 1300 and attack directly with Dispater for 3500 life points. Exactly 8000 life points under Prosperity and out 5 monsters on the board. Now, I already tried during my combos because I had to prove to myself, I had to prove also to the viewers of my Twitch chat, if I was able to summon the Q-Belt and the Trident. Because if you are able to summon the Trident and you are able to summon the Q-Belt with the Super Dragon in the graveyard, then the Trident would be mandatory. Because that means that you gain 2 pops in the process, right? Because you gain the pop of Q-Belt and you gain the pop of the Super Dragon summoning back itself. And I can also show you guys that this is not possible. You cannot have 2 pops during the battle phase, and you need to open a 2-card combo in order to accomplish it. You need to open a 2-card combo in order to accomplish it, but it's not real. The entire rotation in order to reach 2 pops, it's not real. It's not real through any possible interruption. And I'm gonna show you guys that it's not possible with a 1-card combo simply by starting again with Baidora. So we go Baidora in order to add the field spell, and we go field spell in order to add Zangdora, then we special summon Zangdora, blah blah blah, pitch any card from my hand, and now we enter in battlefield. Okay, like my opponent has 2 monsters with 10,000 defense. So, attack with Zangdora, effect, summon Fedora. Now, attack with Baidora, no damage again. We are gonna summon, in this case, we are gonna summon the, I mean, we can summon the Q-Belt, right? Because it's the same thing. And then we can out one of the tokens, right? And then we are gonna attack with Fedora, and then summon back, synchro summon into the Bident, and Bident summons back a 3. And as you can see, in this entire rotation, I cannot summon to level 10 because I need to summon a Dragion, and I need to summon a Sangen Super Dragon. I cannot summon both. In this entire rotation, if I want to gain an early pop, I cannot summon both. I have so to decide if I want to summon a double level 7 or a double level 10. So the answer is going to be, are you going to summon 2 level 7 synchros, or are you going to summon 2 level 10 synchros? And these, like, I was able to reach this conclusion by studying all the possible Tenpai combos. You cannot do both with a 1-card combo. And in a 2-card combo, this entire rotation is not real. It's not something that you will go for. Because if you have a 2-card combo with an entire rotation, you are gonna probably go for a Black Rose Dragon in order to out your opponent's board. And then you're gonna play during the battle phase with your quick spell. So going for an entire rotation, using 2 cards, when you have a Black Rose Dragon combo with the Manor, in order to clear your entire opponent's board, and like literally just attack directly, poke directly, using the quick spell during the battle phase, the entire rotation of me having to synchro summon to level 10 is not real. I don't think going for an entire rotation of 2 synchro 10 is a competitive play. It's not something that I would go for. So the entire decision of how your gameplay is gonna be based on is gonna be by summoning, as I said at the start of my video, one of the 3 synchro 7. And this is why you don't need Trident Dragion. I asked to my Twitch chat to play against me Snake Eye. Normal Summon Ash, I'm playing an Entrop version of the deck. I'm also gonna show you guys the deck list. I Veiler Dash. Then he went for Witch. I Mourner Witch. Sets 1 pass. He has Nibiru. He has Draw. I go Prosp. I add Mano. I'm gonna get Drawled. I'm gonna pass back. But he cannot push through my Entrops. He cannot. He draws Arvata. He draws Avatar Kirin. Attacks directly, pass. Now I go for the Field Spell. Field Spell effect adds Baidora. Use Baidora effect. Go for Kaimen. Use Kaimen, add Zangdora. Special summon Zangdora, enter in battle phase. And from here, this is game over. Even if I was using Prosperity, this is game over. Next game, the entire day, I tested only Tenpai Dragon. He goes normal summon Arvata. My hand is beyond broken. He goes Black Witch. Sets original. Original effect. Ash. Ash adds Ponix. Ponix into Anima. Use the field spell pop Ash. Garonix. Garonix effect. Special summon itself. Pop Kirin. Kirin effect. Summon Ponix. Veiler di Arvata to play around Kirin. Or Resolution Nibiru. Sets one pass. Activate Sangan Manor. And as you can see, I can OTK through anybody on the board as I showed from my replays. Next one. I go second again. Normal summon Populus. Adds original. Populus put itself back. Goes original. Ash Blossom. Set one pass. Desire. I get to draw the game. I just set Rivalry and pass. I flip Rivalry during the draw phase. I was just talking to the Twitch chat in the manual. Pass. Prosperity. Add Kaimen. And I'm playing. I have to play through one set, chat. Baidora. Kaimen. Enter in battle phase. I banished the 3 field spell. That's why I had to add the Kaimen here, unfortunately. Desire moment. Enter in battle phase. Summon Fedora. Attack, attack. Use these. Summon the Q belt. Pop the back row. Keep attacking. An early pop saves you. Here. That was more than 16,000 damage. Next game. The entire day I played only against Snake Eye. The entire day. Add your bell. Normal special. Goes original, summon Ash. Ash adds Popular. Popular effect, special summon itself. Popular effect adds Divine Temple. Divine Temple puts Oak. Goes for the standard. Goes Wolf. Summon to back. Oak effect, summons back. Use those two. Use it to go into Anima. I don't know why it went into Anima, but makes no sense. Doesn't matter. Goes Apollo. And then use the 2 for IP. I decide to not Nibiru here because it makes literally no sense. It makes literally no sense to use Nibiru there. Because I already have Droplet that deals with this entire board. And I was scared that he has already the Sanctifier because he went for Ponix. So I decided to not use like the Nibiru here because it makes no sense. And also because I had Impermanence Droplet. Main phase 1, use Burning Draw to draw 4 fucking cards, my brother. He Ashes, Chain Droplet. Sangen Manor, normal summon Zangdora. He special summons that, enter in battle phase. And this is OTK no matter what, no question asked. This is OTK. Do I need the Trident? You're gonna ask me. Nash, do you need the Trident for this? You don't. You don't. This is OTK, no question asked. And that's a furrow. That's literally a furrow right there. And I tested today against all the shapes of Snake Eye today. And the deck performs well into Snake Eye. The deck does super well into Snake Eye. So we got 3 Baidora, 3 Cayman, 3 Manor, 1 Terraforming, 3 Zangdora, 2 Fedora. I think this ratio is mandatory and there is nothing to change about this ratio. And then we got 2 Desire and 3 Prosperity. I'm playing Desires over 1 set rotation or another field spell, and I'm playing Desires over the Gold Sarcophagus and the Blaster. I don't think those cards are needed. I think I want to have more pots and I want to draw into my engine pieces or board breaker engine when I go second, and like I think it's more flexible to have more pots. Then we got 2 Lightning Storm and 3 Droplet, because the mat actually pairs very well into the 5 pots that I'm already playing in the main deck. 3 Ash Blossom, Baler, Impermanence, Nibiru, and Mortar to stop my opponent from playing. I do think that the Entrap version is actually better than the Board Breaker version. I don't think you wanna let your opponent play at all. For the side deck, we got 3 Heatwave, 2 Inscription. I think this card, like, Heatwave is definitely mandatory. Inscription is a very good card going first and going second. The Summon Breaker, there is actually a combo that involves the Ancient Fairy Dragon that goes into Tzolk'in, that goes into the Crystal Wing, and then can put Summon Breaker on the board in order to stop your opponent from playing at all. I think might actually be a very powerful board breaker that you want to take in consideration. There is a card that I was playing before in the side deck, but we decided at the end of the day to carry it, and it's Burning Draw. It's a card that you should take in consideration. I think this card is broken. I might test more with this card in the future, but at the end of the day, it didn't make the cut in my side deck, because by playing so many entraps, I'm trying to avoid my opponent to end on a link 4, but this card might still be necessary. There is only one downside about this card, that in my several hours of testing, we came out with. The issue about this card is the fact that locks you into Fire Monster. Yes, you might say, Nash, are you crazy? This card locks you into fire. Who cares about it? The main complaint is against Dimensional Barrier. Dimensional Barrier calling Synchro means that you cannot go anymore into a Zelantis line in order to OTK your opponent through a Dimensional Barrier. And locking yourself into Fire Monster might actually be weak in that specific scenario, but you guys might still give this card a shot, and like, it was amazing in my testing. I think I'm gonna like try it again in the future. Summon Break, I already spoke about it. I think this card is actually good. I think you guys should give it a shot. 1 Rivalry, 3 Cosmic, because Rivalry because all the monsters in your deck are dragons, so why not? 3 Cosmic Cyclone is actually super good, because the deck has some issues against back rows, and right now everyone in their mother is playing Runic Stun, so you might give it a shot. 3 Phantasme, that might actually be the Burning Draw if you want to test the Burning Draw over Phantasme. I like Phantasme right now, or at least I want to test Phantasme because it also protects your monster from impermanence during the battle phase. And then 2 Ghost Ogre just for the mirror. The extra deck, we got 1 Transcendent, 1 Bident, because I am right now playing the Ancient Fairy, the Crystal Wing, and the Tzolk'in line, and that's why I'm playing one of those. 1 Black Rose Dragon, this card is mandatory. I think this pattern is mandatory if you are not playing the Trident, because that's the card that's going to allow you to still have 16,000 damage through Prosperity with the field spell. Through 5 bodies, and I think this card is very good for the deck, because even if you avoid, even if your opponent avoids the OTK, you're still gonna end on seal plus this pattern. That is, in my opinion, it's plenty of interruptions in order to stop your opponent follow up. Then we got the Moonlight Dragon. I think this card is super good, and it also plays very well into boards when you don't want to pop a monster, but you want to spin a monster, especially against the Flamberge. Meteor Burst Dragon, I like this card. It might be Meteor Burst, or might be the Samurai Synchro 7, the Samurai Destroyer. You have to choose in between one of those cards. The meta will tell us which one is gonna be better and which one is gonna be worse. The MVP of the day is Qbert the Veil Dragon. I think this card is mandatory in any Tenpai decklist. No question asked. Then we got Seal, we got the standard package of Promethean, Raging Phoenix, Zelantis, and Ita Charmer in order to link line. And that's it for the deck list. I hope you guys appreciate. I'm gonna leave the OTK combos that I was able to accomplish with all the bodies without the Trident in the description, and also the spreadsheet that I used in order to come to my own conclusion in the description as well. Oh, I forgot to say, the shifter is us. Very simply, you cannot OTK through bodies with shifter. It's literally only 10k damage in a vacuum, with your opponent literally having nothing on the board, and you having no follow-up or no plays. So don't play shifter in Tenpai, that card is super bad. That's it. Again, I will wish you guys a wonderful day, and see you next time.